take a seat and just settle in for a minute. This is your new moon yoga flow, giving you a chance to renew and reset. We'll move gently, breathe deeper, and be making space for intentions that we want to come up during this moon cycle. At the end of this practice, it should feel like you hit the reset button. So grab your mat, find a spot, and let's flow. Hey, welcome in. Settle into an easy seated position here on the mat and invite the first breath of this practice into the body, deep into the belly. Letting the world, your world, slow down long enough to notice that you're in it. Shoulders roll down and back. Settling into this new moon. And this moon's energy is fluid. So we're letting our movement reflect that, flowing like water, slow, easy, cleansing. And with that said, let's take some body rolls. Hands on the knees, dropping the body forward and rolling back. Dropping the body forward as you breathe out and coming back as you breathe in. This is where you're going to start to notice the tension in those hips start to melt. And such an easy pose too, to just do this, take it the opposite way. But once we get into movement like this, we use the breath as you breathe in and out to truly nestle in and let these intentions that we have for maybe this moon cycle come out to the surface and come back to the center. Arms rise overhead, reach and lift. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Breath in, we rise. Shoulder blades lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep flowing like this, letting the breath come into the body as you lift the arms, hips anchor, and exhale. Last cycle, keep going. And settle here for a moment. Perfect. And from here, we're going to walk the fingertips to the front of the mat, coming down on those hands, our forearms, dropping the head, breaths in and out, nice and deep into the belly. Letting the knees anchor the hips. Neck is soft, head is heavy. And like I was saying earlier, letting those intentions rise naturally. And that may happen during practice or after practice, but first you let your body unwind and then start to focus on, okay, how do I feel right now after I've had a chance to reset and just renew my mindset for a little bit? Now, what are my intentions for this moon cycle? So practices like this one, having a new moon ritual, is just so important to kind of digging in deeper to who you are. And we rise, looking up, and we'll move into an all fours position, knees underneath those hips. Breath comes out, out, out as you find a flat back here. And drop the belly, carving the nose up to the sky. Exhale, push and dome the spine. Inhale, drop. And keep flowing like this, using the breath to explore, letting the spine warm up. Maybe you drop the hips to heels. And as you dome the spine, bring the shoulders past the wrist. And drop the belly again, bringing the hips to heels. Almost moving like an ocean wave. So that fluid energy comes back here. Keep flowing like this. Open up the knees a little bit wider if you have to, so you can make room to kind of get into those hips. And speaking of which, you can always open up the knees and move into some hip rolls. Breathing out as you do, so you can really settle in. Sometimes our hips can be so tight. And wherever we were at, we're going to kiss the toes together, sink the hips down, move into child's pose, move into balasana. Breath in and out, in and out. carving out these little channels or pathways so that this new moon energy can flow right in, leaving seeds of intention in all the spaces of the body. Inhale, let's look up and come back to an all fours, but we're going to bring that right knee in through the hands and sit down, and our right foot stacks on top of that left thigh. And right here, coming into deer pose. So you can keep the hands on the knees. If you want to explore further, move into some hip circles. Just swiveling the hips, just like we were earlier with those body rolls. Flowing one way and then the other. That soft wave of breath here, in and out. Perfect. And now go ahead and frame the right knee again and move into a pigeon pose. So extend that left leg all the way, settle in, dropping the hips down as close as you can to the mat. And make some tents with our hands and sway back and forth. Exploring the body this way, just by moving like a wave left to right. And rise up, frame the right knee, come back, tuck the toes, moving into a child's pose. Really stretch through the toes here. Fingertips reach to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up, all fours, and we're going to move into that deer pose opposite side. And I'll turn around so you can see me. So that left foot is stacked on top of that right knee. Legs are back behind you on your right side. And right here is good. If this is what you have for today, hands on the knees in deer pose, perfect. If you want to take it a step further, roll the body. And I love fluid movement like this because it's just so beautiful for a new moon, because you're allowing the body to help dig out and push out these things that need to be cleansed, that might be trapped in the body, opposite way. Just letting that energy fully move deep, deep, deep into the body here. And that's what I love about watery moon phases like this one. Go ahead and frame the left knee and switch into pigeon pose, extending that right leg all the way out behind you. Settle the hips. Breath here first, before making tents with the hands and flowing left to right. Dropping the body down and letting it rise. Frame the knee and come back into our child pose, toes tucked. Finding your breath again here. Noticing it as it pushes against the earth as you open your mouth and breathe out. And from here, we're going to inhale, look up, move into our downward facing dog, cycling out the knees as soon as we get there. If this feels comfortable, fine. You can also find your place by coming down onto your knees if that feels more comfortable. Drop the head and sway the hips, bending into the left and right knee. And let's look up and make our way crisscross, one leg over the other to the front of the mat. Coming into our Uttanasana, our forward fold. Drop the belly down and inhale, root to rise. Arms lifted up to this moon. Lean back and exhale. Hands come to heart center. Settling into our first standing pose of the practice. And just as we move through this flow, thinking about the breath, like I was saying earlier, carving these pathways throughout the body. So carving these channels so that when our breath comes in, this life force can also come easily in, flowing just like water. So once again, that water element coming out, I have to. It's a new moon. It's a new moon. Plant the feet, bend through the knees, arms rise. Lift the arms, lift the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold it down. All the way down here. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is flat. Exhale, hands come down. Step that right foot back, soften the knee, and lift into a crescent lunge. Leaning back, had to add in a crescent moon lunge here. So letting the body reflect that crescent moon. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Find your breath here. Let the hips settle and square. Push into the left side of the foot. Push into the right side. Push into the heel. And arms lift. Breath comes in. Exhale, hands to prayer pose. Keep flowing like this, letting the arms lift up. And exhale. Perfect. Just like that. And as the hands come to heart center, sink the hips back, moving into a half split. And you can open up the hands and place them down on the mat. Inhale into a lunge, lifting the arms and lift the chest up. Exhale. Hands come to heart center or down onto the mat. Find your flow. Your hands can stay down on the mat the whole time. Remembering to use the breath to open up these channels in the body. And frame the foot. Before sending it back, all fours, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths here. And I count 1, inhale and exhale as a full cycle of breath. Inhale, look forward, and this time we're going to step the right foot forward, soften down on that left knee, lifting up into a crescent lunge, finding your breath. Exhale, hands to prayer pose. Settle the hips once you get in this position. Push down on the foot. Find your breath. Inhale into a lunge and flow right into prayer pose. Keep flowing. Breath in and out. Hips and the torso is pointed directly in front of you. Push down on that foot for that balance and explore with the body. Last time, arms lifted. And exhale as you bring the hands to heart center. Hips drop to heels, lift the right toes. Hands can come on the mat. Inhale to your lunge. Finding balance here and keeping that fluid motion, which just means letting yourself stay in between poses. So not really lingering in one pose or the other, but letting yourself find a flow, just like that water element keeps coming back. And frame the right foot. Right knee comes back, tuck the toes. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Finding your breath. Finding your balance in between the left and right palms. Drop the head. And inhale, look up. Come down onto the knees, opening them up as wide as the mat. Kiss the toes together. And move into our child's pose. And let the body settle here into Balasana, into our child's pose. Letting that intention that we have for this new moon come up naturally. Which, if this moon is all about renewal, we can let our breath, we can let our movement act as that cleanser for our body, the inside at least. Going into all the nooks and crannies where the stress lives. Inhale, look up, and we're going to shift the entire body on top of the mat. And first I want you to really stretch the legs out behind you. So point the toes, coming onto those forearms. And then we're going to cross the arms together and lean it down. Bring that right knee out to a 90-degree angle. And you can find your place by placing both hands or both arms on the mat and looking forward, or drop all the way down to the side of your head. Your choice. Make room to have those deep belly breaths, so make any adjustments if you need to. And let gravity pull on the body to bring it closer to the earth. Let your body fully come into this present moment here, giving your mind a chance to reset and renew. Extend right leg out, point and stretch the toes, and then switch legs. Left leg comes 90-degree angle, dropping that ear down whichever side on your arm, or looking forward down at the ground. Breath follows. Mind follows after that. Keep letting the breath flow, just like that. Before extending the left leg, and we're going to roll onto our backs into a reclined position. And once you get there, nice big sigh out. Letting the breath just fully empty out. Take up as much space as you need to on the mat. Push through the head, shimmy the shoulder blades. And settle, finding your place here. And asking yourself, what seeds are you leaving behind to plant for this new moon? What seeds do you want to plant to be able to come into that harvest for the full moon? No matter how big or small, what are your true intentions for self? Keep that as your main focus. Hands can be rested at your side or on the belly, but breathe into the belly. Let the chest rise and fall with every breath, and focus on what your intention truly is. Ask it to surface. Here, we're letting the new moon's energy fully bathe over our entire body. Letting the moon do its thing. The earth is made up of 70% water. We are made up of 70% water. The moon controls the tides. What is it doing with our body when we connect with each moon cycle? Practices just like this one, like what you're doing right now, help us answer those questions. So take advantage here and fully breathe in, letting those seeds be planted. deeper breaths here, guiding that inhale all the way to the soles of the feet. And breathe out, letting the entire backside of the body melt. And we're shifting now over to the side. Keeping that inner stillness in us. And push up, coming back into our easy seated position. We'll place our hands together and seal our practice for this flow. Thank you so much for flowing with me on this one. The new moon has already brought up some emotions and stuff I know I have to deal with. So if the same thing's been happening to you, I hope you can explore that more in your life during this moon phase. If you like nourishing flows like this one, show some love with a subscribe and check out my moon cycle series, because we need rituals like this one where we're in sync with the moon, and we are the moon, so we need things like this. All right, I will see you guys here on the mat next week. Peace.